Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Australia Student Visa Process webinar. Today, we are going to discuss what are the essentials that you need to prepare before applying for Australia Student Visa, and also what is the process that you need to follow. To help you understand better, I have a PPT that I have prepared for you. I will be sharing it with you, so please be with me. Australia is another favorable country when it comes to students and immigrations in India. Indians are fond of Australia because of its natural beauty and also because of the kind of opportunities it brings forth. While talking about American visa, we saw that there are three different types of visas that students can apply for. And when we consider Australia, we have two different types of visa. In fact, there are others like visitor visa, which are okay for some courses, but we will be focusing on two different types of visa. So the different types of student visas that are available in Australia are student visa subclass 500. First one. This is like a normal visa that you get for a duration of 5 years, and the cost begins from Australian dollar 560, and it allows you to stay and study in a full-time course in a recognized education institution, like a full-time college degree. A training visa can be issued only if you are nominated or invited for some kind of training or research. The validity of this visa is up to 2 years. However, the training and research visa is now closed to new applications. If you already have the visa with you, then you can definitely continue with your training and research. Today, we will be focusing on Subclass 500 visa, which is an essential visa for anybody traveling to Australia with a long-term education goal. The requirements for Subclass 500 visa are very similar to those that we have seen earlier when we talked about USA or Canada. The first essential requirement is to be enrolled in a course of study that is registered with CRICOS. Now, CRICOS is Commonwealth Register of Institutions and Courses for Overseas Students. So, when choosing a university and a course, you need to be sure that it is registered with CRICOS. A confirmation of enrollment for each course that you would like to pursue is essential. A letter of offer is not accepted. We need to understand here that if you go ahead with only a letter of offer, your visa will be declined. So a confirmation of enrollment is essential. So you will have to complete all the steps, including paying an amount of fee to confirm your enrollment, your seat in the institute, and you will be then issued this confirmation of an enrollment letter. Students under 18 years need to have welfare arrangements for them. This is something that we can talk about in detail when some student below 18 years approaches us. Zoom Abroad is here to guide you guys, and we will be very much happy to assist you with it. So for today, our focus will be mainly for college education. Guys, remember right from the beginning, from my first webinar, I am constantly talking about how it is important for the authorities to see what is your intention. The officers will be assessing your circumstances, your immigration history, and for those who are under 18 years, the intention of parents or their legal guardian, or if they have a partner, then their partner, and any other matter that they feel that is relevant in your case, because it is all decided case by case. We cannot generalize visa application process. It is all decided case by case. So intentions that you are going to stay in the country temporarily only for education, it is very essential that you are able to convince the officials, and also you show your right intentions when applying for visa. Now let's focus on financial aspect. From the beginning, I've been telling that this is one of the most important areas which decide whether you will be given visa or not. So when you have good financial capacity, it becomes easier for you to gain visa. Evidence of financial capacity includes funds to cover your traveling to Australia, and 12 months of living and course, evidence that you will be able to meet annual income requirement if that is there. That would be, if your parents are financing, then their annual income proof would be required. In case of secondary exchange students, an acceptance advice of secondary exchange students form is required, and a letter of support from Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade of Department of Defense wherever it is applicable. If there are any other family members who are trying to move in with the student, then it is important that the evidence of their financial capacity and sustenance is also provided. Next comes the health requirements. Please make sure that you either go for the health assessment prior to applying for visa, because this process may take several weeks to complete. A student health cover is also very important for you to have. It is either usually organized by education provider, or you can select an approved provider and pay for the policy and get the health cover. Every country wants the people who are traveling there to have good character. The character requirements are essential, and there are a lot of factors that actually define your character. Now that includes the amount of period, if you have ever been arrested, and the amount of time you have spent in jail, whether you have actually tried to escape from immigration detention. There are a lot of things that actually decide how your character is. But you need to understand, when it comes to Australia, your acts, which is definitely what you're doing, and associations. That means any groups that you are associated with, any organizations, any people that you are working with. If these associations are found to be criminal associations, or people are found to have some kind of criminal records as per the Minister of Immigration, then your visa would be denied. Your past and present criminal and general conduct shows whether you are of good character or not. So be very careful of how you carry yourself. Again, it is very important in life also to maintain a good character, but here for visa it becomes even more essential. Apart from these, there is another requirement, which is your English requirement. You need to provide evidence of English language, which would be an IELTS score. It is extremely important that you have the required IELTS score before applying for your visa. If you do not have it, your visa would be denied. So guys, to make sure that your visa is not denied or not delayed for any reason, you should have these things with you. So guys, to make sure a smooth visa processing, you need to have all the required documents with you before applying for visa, including your English language proficiency score, which is an IELTS or a TOEFL examination score. To prepare for your visa application, please remember, any document that is not in English needs to be translated to English. To do so, you need to contact the Australian mission in your country. You have to attach all the scanned copies to your online application when asked. You need to keep it ready with you when you start applying. You also need to provide certified copies of your documents wherever it is asked. Please remember, do not miss on attaching any document. If you're applying for a student visa, then your college transcripts or school transcripts are also very important. Your IELTS score is important. Even if you're applying for your immigration visa, IELTS score is required, or work visa, IELTS score is required. But for student visa, it is even more important. Along with that, whatever we have spoken about, like things like your health certificate, they say that you need to submit a police certificate. We will see further how they may ask you to provide some other things as well. We at Zoom Abroad make sure that our students have all the documents that they require before applying for visa, so that they do not miss on anything. And the chances of their getting their visa increase multifold. The process is simple. Again, once you have applied online and submitted all your documents, you need to pay the application fee. Any kind of additional document that needs to be uploaded, they have to be uploaded in IMI account. Guys, IMI account is a very important account. Here you will be checking all the progress regarding your visa application. You will be given a transaction reference number so that you can track and manage application throughout the process. Guys, let me tell you a little more about IMI account because it is really important. You will be accessing it for various services. It is like the front door for Australian government to assess your visa application. You apply for visa or even citizenship online through your IMI account, and you can assess your My Health declaration services here. You can also save your application and then continue working on it. Guys, apart from the things that we have discussed, there are some certain other things that you may need to do if you are asked. Then you might have to provide some extra information. You may be asked to attend an interview. Again, it is done case by case, so be proactive to keep checking the progress of your application and see what the authorities require you to do. You may have to provide some additional information if they feel that the information that you have provided is not up to date or is not satisfactory. You may have to update passport details. In fact, the government encourages you to update them of any change. For example, if you are a student who has applied for education and until you get the approval of visa, you become a parent, then it is mandatory to inform the country authorities about this new update. You may have to provide your biometric information. Biometric information is nothing but your fingerprints. And you may also need to provide police certificates if the authorities feel that they need to investigate into the character and intention of your application. With this, guys, we have covered the major aspects of applying for student visa for Australia. Next time we will be seeing how to apply or what are the requirements when you apply for a student visa for New Zealand. If you have any questions, please do write to me. Zoom Abroad is always here to help you with your application process and to take you to your dream destination for education. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.